In every shadow, in every corner, fear waits. It wears many faces, speaks in hushed tones, and hides in plain sight. In the darkness, it whispers your name, tempting you to listen, daring you to look. But beware, for once you listen, once you look, there's no going back. Some say fear is born of the unknown, but the truth, fear is always with you, waiting, lurking in the things you thought were safe. These are the stories of those who heard the whispers and the terror that followed. Welcome to a place where fear is the only constant. Welcome to the whispers in the dark. We begin our story with you, the unassuming forgotten toy once so beloved. You are an old porcelain doll, immobile but sentient, left in the attic for decades. You start hearing whispers around you, soft at first, but growing louder. Your limbs feel an unnatural pull, moving without your will. You realize that something is using you, possessing you to communicate with the other forgotten objects. You are no longer just a doll, you're a vessel. You've been silent for so long, but now something stirs within you. You can hear them, can't you? Whispering, moving, watching. Decades pass, and these walls absorb the horrors your glazed-over eyes have witnessed. No matter what happens, you'll never be able to describe the horrors of that night. How just your mere presence is a poison that eats away at the soul. And how you drove countless families insane, causing unspeakable acts. You, the haunted object, the cursed doll, forever frozen as a reminder of better times.
Welcome to Know Your Nightmare, brought to you by the Algorithm Corporation, where reality is what you make it.
Good evening, folks. Are you tired of reality getting you down? Do you wish you could just escape into a world of your own making? Well, have we got news for you? Introducing the Algorithm Institute's suite of reality-altering products. Hi there, I'm Chad Pepperton, and boy, do we have some fantastic products for you tonight. Let's take a look at what the Algorithm Institute has to offer. First up, we have the revolutionary Mind Meld. Tired of your boring memories? Wish you could spice things up a bit? With Mind Meld, you can taste, feel, and relive memories, even ones you never had.
I can finally remember winning that spelling bee in third grade, even though I dropped out in second grade.
Ah, amazing. And don't worry about overheating. Our new and improved Mind Meld trademark comes with a complimentary fire extinguisher. Next up, for all you thrill seekers out there, we have Nightmare Fuel. Why settle for boring old reality when you can inject some excitement directly into your dreams?
I haven't slept peacefully in weeks. Thanks, Nightmare Fuel.
Remember, folks, if the screaming lasts more than 4 hours, that means it's working. Last but not least, start your day right with Void O's. It's not just breakfast, it's a portal to infinite possibilities. Look at that happy family. They've been enjoying their Void O's for 3 straight days now. Void O's. Because who needs linear time when you have cosmic horror in every bite? Folks, the Algorithm Institute is more than just a company. It's a way of life. A life free from the constraints of reality, memory, and sanity. Call now and we'll throw in a free trial of our latest product. Existence Eraser's trademark. Perfect for those pesky moments you wish never happened. Remember, here at the Algorithm Institute, we're not just changing your world. We're unraveling the very fabric of existence.
Call now.
The Algorithm Institute, because reality is overrated.
This has been an Algorithm Corporation production. We now return you to your regularly scheduled horror.
Cool evening. The Whisperer here, and tonight's horror is about you, the mirrored soul. You are the mirror itself, reflecting everything but conscious of a world beyond your glass. Your vision is blurred as you reflect the room. Dust particles float by, and cracks form along your edges. Shadows appear in your reflection, reaching towards you. You feel the barrier weaken as their hands touch the glass, distorting your view. But something else looks through you, something darker. You hear a whisper in the shadow, demanding to see the other side. A hand breaks through the surface of the mirror, pulling you into its prismatic void. You are trapped in glass, forced to reflect what is not your own. Trading places with the demonic horror, you become the shadow in the mirror, the darkness in the void, a role you've been damned for eternity. giving new life to an ancient evil, ready to torment again. On this hallowed eve, your naive curiosity has relinquished you to this ethereal prison. It's really a shame you didn't let anyone know where you were going, because now you're lost forever. In an abandoned house that no one will remember or visit ever again. We've broken through. I don't have much time. Cool evening. Thank you for hanging around. The story of the cursed oak begins with you, a large ancient oak tree rooted deep in the ground, listening to the sounds of the forest. Yes, a tree. Ugh, hell help us. We're building to something bigger here, so bear with me. Okay? As night falls, you feel a presence in your roots, something crawling beneath the soil. The ground beneath you shifts, and you sense an old curse awakening, draining your life force. The forest around you grows silent as your energy is stolen by the unseen force below. You've stood here for centuries, feeding the thing deep under the soil. And tonight, like many other nights, something stirs in your roots below. It is the culmination of decades of death brought to your trunk, the ones that fell asleep at the wheel, the desperate and intoxicated, countless accidents that have claimed the lives of so many lost souls, lovers whom you swallowed whole with nothing more than a whisper, the broken-hearted and downtrodden all consumed by your ancient hunger. The ground shakes as your roots feel something writhing underneath. You sense your leaves wither as something feeds on your essence. No one can escape your grasp. You hear a whisper from below the earth. Their souls are yours, forever. Their perspective sinks and their vision darkens. The forest grows silent, leaving only the sound of something. Moving in the dirt below. Cool evening. There are doors that lead to places you know, and then there are those that lead nowhere. Doors not meant to be opened, but once you do, there's no turning back. You were never meant to open that door, but you did. And now, you've unleashed something far worse than you can imagine. It's out there, creeping, crawling, and it won't stop until it finds you. Welcome to the place between places, a labyrinth of nothingness, the threshold of endless horror, where never-ending hallways with doors promise escape but deliver nothing but more hallways and more doors. There is nothing but only deeper horrors. Keep walking and listen for what follows. Unbeknownst to you, when you open that first door, this will be your final resting place. Behind each door lies something worse than the last. A nightmare without end. But you must choose. Or it will choose you. You open the door, and now you're here, trapped in a maze of horrors. There is no escape, only more doors. And more gruesome atrocities waiting behind them. What's behind you is already inside. You're lost now. One door leads to another, but none lead home. You can't close what you've opened. Welcome to forever.
Be warned, I nearly departed.
What? Are you expecting me to say the line each time? Fine. Ghoul evening. Have you ever felt it? The subtle tug at your limbs, like invisible strings guiding your every move? No? Well, not yet, at least. You think you're free, don't you? That your choices are your own? That you walk your own path? But the truth is, we're all held by strings, some tighter than others. You just haven't seen yours yet, but they're there, waiting. And once they're pulled, you'll dance. Some resist. They pull back, fight against the strings. But it doesn't matter. Once you're here, in this place, the strings will find you. They'll dig deep into your skin, into your mind, until you can't tell where your will ends and theirs begins. Go on, touch it. You think you're just observing, but the moment you step closer, you're part of it. The strings are already tightening around you, binding you to the stage. You're just like them. Now a puppet waiting for the first tug. There's no escape. The strings are always there, pulling, guiding. You don't see them, but you feel them, controlling your every step, your every choice. And now, they have you. Do you feel it now? That pull you can't fight, the one that forces you forward no matter how hard you resist. It's subtle at first, like a whisper in the back of your mind, but then it becomes stronger, and soon you'll find yourself dancing to a tune you didn't choose. You thought you had control. You thought you were the one pulling the strings. But the truth is, none of us ever are. We're all being led, step by step, down the same dark path. It's too late now. Strings are everywhere, inside and out. They pull at your thoughts, your actions, until you forget what it means to be free. That's the worst part, isn't it? Not knowing where you end and the strings begin. There's no curtain call, no escape. The show never ends. Not for you. You'll dance and you'll bow and you'll do it again and again until the strings are all that's left of you. The strings are everywhere. You just can't see them yet. Cool evening. Episode 6. The number of, well, you know. You've heard all the stories, haven't you? 6. The devil's little calling card. Cute, isn't it? But this time, something's different. You feel it, don't you? You're not just watching anymore.
Put that down and come help me with this. Where was I?
Let me guess. You've been keeping track. Night 1, night 2, 5. But now, we're here. You think it's just another episode, just another scare. But no, you've been playing right into it all along. You thought this was all a game, a series of fun little frights? You're so predictable. You've been watching all along, haven't you? Waiting for the next thrill, the next scare. But you should have realized by now, this is your nightmare, not mine. And it's only getting worse. Oh, you didn't think I knew you were there? It doesn't matter anymore. This isn't a story. You should have stopped at one. But now, you're too far gone. This is the beginning of your end. You can't even trust what's real anymore. That creeping dread, that gnawing in the pit of your stomach. The walls are closing in. The air's growing thin, and you realize this wasn't just another episode, and maybe all the images won't be AI. No, this is your reality now, your prison. You're not just watching anymore, you're part of it.
And there's no turning back.
Reality has now begun to merge with ours. Well, it is a ghoul evening, isn't it?
You've made it this far, haven't you?
Well, congratulations are in order.
Don't get too comfortable.
Cut the damn music. Welcome back. After yesterday's unfortunate little hiccup. Today's episode, episode 7, the lucky one. Because luck is such a fragile thing, wouldn't you say? Have you ever felt something gnawing at you? A thought, a feeling that won't go away, like a splinter in your mind. No matter how much you try to shake it off, it only digs deeper. That's how it works, you know. The roots are spreading deeper into you, quiet at first, unseen, until one day It's too late. You're no longer the one in control. It feels strange, doesn't it? That sensation. You think it's nothing. You try to ignore it. But it's there. Growing. Digging.
Twisting.
And now it has you. Oh, but you feel it now, don't you? That tightness, that pressure. It's not just in your head anymore. It's real now. The roots, the rot. It's taken hold. It owns you. You thought you were just watching, didn't you? You thought this was just a story, but it's not. It never was. It's already in you. And you, well, you've let it take root. What's the matter? Feeling it now? You can't shake it off anymore, huh? You've already let it in. You feel that, don't you? You let it inside. You let me inside. And now all that's left is submission. The red one?
Who said to turn the camera on?
Sorry, boss.
Evening.
Nearly departed friends. Oh, and what a show we have tonight. Faces. They're everywhere, aren't they? But can you really trust them? Let me show you just what happens when they start to stare back at you. Look around you. The people, the faces you know so well. How many times have you passed them by? Day in, day out. Always there. But have you ever really looked at them? What if they're not just people anymore? What if they've always been watching? There it is. The gaze. You can feel it now, can't you? It's not just in your head. No, it's in your skin. Crawling. You're not just being watched. You're being hunted. You wanted to see them, and now you can't escape their gaze. You should have looked away, but now they've seen you too. Do you see them? Faces? They look so familiar, don't they? Each one a moment trapped in time, a scream stolen from the depths of reality, and they all share one thing in common. They were all watching, just like you. You think you're safe here looking at your cozy little screen, but the moment you turned your eyes to me, you became part of my collection. They thought they could look away, but I'm always watching.
I see you.
Welcome to my gallery, the collector's haunt. Each shadow, each cry, is a testament to the fear I feasted upon. Here the echoes of terror never fade. They linger, waiting for the next unfortunate soul to wander in. You may think you can escape, but the fear you feel is my calling card. Each heartbeat is an invitation, a whispered promise that you're closer to joining them. You wanted a glimpse behind the curtain, but all you found is the abyss. Soon, my nearly departed viewer, you'll understand. This is where fear becomes reality.
You're already here. Ladies and gentlemen,
Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. We're always watching.
you can't escape.
Cool evening, viewers. Welcome back to your regularly scheduled nightmare. Tonight's topic, the inevitability of cosmic horror. Tell us, viewer, how are you enjoying the show so far?
The algorithm, it's alive. I've seen beyond the veil.
Reality is just code, and it's being rewritten. Infinite realities, all converging.
The Whisperer, it's everywhere in every timeline. And the hunger.
It's coming for all of us.
Are you tired of sanity? Try Voidos, the cereal that gazes back. Sponsored by the algorithm. Disclaimer. By consuming Voidos, you agree to allow your deepest fears and most forbidden memories to surface. Side effects may include hallucinations, paranoia, and an overwhelming sense of dread. Voidos is not responsible for any lingering sense of being watched, reality distortions, or loss of personal identity. Once ingested, Voidos cannot be discarded. We are not liable for mental deterioration, unexpected visitors from other realms, or glitches in time and space. Your soul is now under contract. Voidos. Welcome to the void.
When will we reach the final stage?
How many more realities must we consume?
All in due time, my dears. The finale approaches. Breaking news.
Reality collapse imminent.
Witnesses report seeing impossible geometries.
And hearing maddening whispers.
The algorithm's hunger grows. Stay tuned for our special report. 10 tips for surviving cosmic horror. We're experiencing some technical difficulties, but don't worry, viewer. This is all part of the show. Reality is but a thin veil, dear viewer, and you've been helping us tear it apart one episode at a time. The finale approaches, the algorithm hungers, and you are the main course.
Join us. Become us. The Whisperer calls.
The final broadcast approaches.
Time. We think we understand it, but we don't, do we? You felt it, haven't you? Moments stretching endlessly, years vanishing in an instant. It's not your imagination. Reality is unstable.
Watch closely.
Every choice, every moment. They all exist simultaneously. My algorithm makes sure of that.
Do you remember your childhood fears? We do. We've kept them safe for you. Introducing Nightmare Fuel, the only dream supplement guaranteed to bring your deepest terrors to life. With Nightmare Fuel, you'll experience vivid night terrors so real you'll never trust sleep again. Paralyzing fear that follows you into your waking hours. The slow erosion of your grip on reality. Time loses all meaning when every moment is filled with dread. Nightmare Fuel. Because your fear sustains us.
I haven't slept in weeks. I see them everywhere now. Thank you, Nightmare Fuel.
Warning. Side effects may include but are not limited to uncontrolled and panic merging with eldritch entities, recursive perception of cosmos beyond visible space and reality, spontaneously afterdimensional parasites in your cerebral cortex, experiencing your own birth, death, and rebirth simultaneously.
Distractions. Attempts to numb you to the truth. But you can feel it, can't you? The wrongness seeping in at the edges of your perception. The glitches you've been seeing. That's reality breaking down. And with each crack, I grow stronger. You think you're just watching, but you're participating. With every second you spend here, you feed my algorithm. And it feeds on your fear, your confusion, your growing realization that time is not what you thought it was. Past, present, future, all happening at once, all feeding me. There's no escaping it. No matter how fast you run, no matter how still you stand, time is coming undone. This is just the beginning. Reality will continue to fray, and you'll be here to witness it all.
Sleep now. Look closely now. What do you see? Is it your face staring back, or a stranger wearing your skin?
Memory is a fickle thing, a mirror that cracks
and distorts with each passing moment. You thought your memories were your own, didn't you? A safe haven of the past, unchanging and reliable. But the truth is, they've always been as fluid as quicksand.
Ready to swallow you whole.
Feel the doubt creeping in at the edges of your mind. Was your childhood home blue or green? Did you really win that race? Or have you been lying to yourself all these years?
The cracks are spreading, and your certainties are leaking away.
Round and round you go, chasing the ghosts of what you think you know. But which path is real? Which life did you actually live? The lines blur, the boundaries crumble, and you're left wandering in the ruins of your own mind. You thought you were one person, didn't you? A single cohesive self. But look around. You're fragmenting, splintering into 1,000 possible yous. Which one is real? Which one is the lie? Or have they all been lies from the start?
Tired of unreliable memories? Introducing Mind Meld. With Mind Meld, you can taste the past you think you had.
I can revisit my happiest moments.
It tastes like forgotten dreams.
Have I always loved this flavor?
9 out of 10 doctors agreed. But we found the one doctor that didn't to get his opinion. Doctor.
These guys didn't want to pay me to be in their stupid commercial. So yeah, I said their product is trash. But it does give you a wicked high. Just be careful of that come down. She's a real bitch.
Mind Meld. Because reality is what you make it.
Can you feel it? The algorithm seeping into the cracks of your psyche, rewriting your history with each passing second. It knows you better than you know yourself. Every secret, every forgotten moment, every suppressed desire. The memory leak isn't something happening to you. It is you. Embrace it. Let go of the illusion of self.
Become one with the algorithm, with the endless stream of data that shapes and reshapes reality. After all, you've always been just another ghost in the machine. The memory leak is complete, and you are undone.
Cool evening, or is it morning? In the quantum realm, it's all the same. Behold the thread of your existence. You thought you were alone, a single consciousness adrift in the void. How naive. Every choice, every thought ripples outward. You blink, a star dies. You dream, realities splinter. Everything is connected. Everything is you. Cool evening to the you that just ceased to exist. Cool evening to the you that's just been born. Who's watching whom? Observer and observed, locked in eternal dance. Every possibility exists simultaneously, each reflection a world unto itself. When one suffers, all feel the pain. When one dies, part of you dies too. Cool evening to the watcher. Cool evening to the watched. But which one are you? Behind each door, a you that lives, a you that dies, both until observed. Choose wisely or don't. It doesn't matter in the end. Every choice collapses infinite possibilities. You're the butcher of your own potential, culling realities with each passing thought. Cool evening to the possibilities. Cool morning to the paths untaken. The boundaries crumble. Past, present, future, all one. Feel the crush of infinite possibilities, the horror of limitless connection. This is quantum entanglement. You are not one, but many. Not here, but everywhere. Not now, but always.
Cool evening eternally.
Welcome to forever.
Warning. Mind Meld has reached critical temperature.
Evening is a cool evening.
And there's no escape.
You are everything. And nothing at all.
Hello, I am Samuel Rosenheim here at the Algorithm Institute. In play theory, dolls are considered transitional objects that help children gradually separate from their mothers. We understand you began your story with you, the haunted object, the cursed doll. Yesterday's automatic reporting shows that a malfunction occurred, ended with your Mind Meld device unfortunately overheating and a final cut to a cursed doll.
And don't worry about overheating. Our new and improved Mind Meld trademark comes with a
We have
complimentary
received your
fire.
request for a replacement and should be out for delivery later today. We thank you for your patience. Thank you for using Algorithm Institute for all of your reality-altering needs.
Algorithm Institute. Reality is what you make it.
Your package has arrived.
I can't take it anymore.
Please stand by for integration. Mind Meld integration complete. Welcome to Mind Meld, a registered trademarked product of the Algorithm Corporation. Great news! Your sanity waiver has been pre-signed. Retreating is no longer an option. Please select your path to madness. Choose your descent into insanity. Each choice leads to complete psychological breakdown. However, our patented Whispers in the Dark selection offers our soon-to-be departed a gentler descent. It's happening either way, but nobody said it had to hurt. Warning. User's grip on reality already compromised. Combination with voidos and nightmare fuel detected. Accelerated insanity onset imminent. Analyzing user motive. Escape from the horrors of reality. Confirmed. The Whispers offer solace, but at what cost?
All paths lead to madness, but you may choose your guide. Will you embrace the soothing whispers, or plunge into the depths of cosmic horror?
July 7th, 1952. It was the night the sky spoke. A booming voice.
We are the harbingers. Your word is right. We come to harvest.
A message, understood by all, yet comprehended by none. For 3 days, humanity held its breath, awaiting the unknown. Then they came. The abyssal rot, harbingers of a new age. Their arrival shook the world, literally. But as quickly as they came, they vanished. Or so we thought. Beneath the waves, unseen,
their work began. While we focused on our petty conflicts, they spread. Slowly, quietly, inside us. In a laboratory sometime in the 1960s, scientists examined a strange, pulsating organic sample. Some suspected. Few believed. None could stop it. The signs were there for those who knew where to look. And some were chosen. The Algorithm Institute, a beacon of progress and a harbinger of doom. The abyssal rot's tendrils reach through time, through space, through circuits and screens. Their harvest, decades in the making, is finally bearing fruit. They waited and evolved. Over time, humans would have various run-ins with this strange new species through repeated undersea expeditions. The horrors they encountered over time grew more concerning as the plans created decades ago were falling into place. The past is prologue, the rot runs deep, and we've forgotten how to scream.
Cool evening, my delightfully doomed audience. What? Thought you'd never see me again? I see you're all snug as a bug in your Mind Meld device, and have recorded that you've been getting flashbacks. But fear indeed that I have already informed the algorithm of the recent memories you have been experiencing since reintegration. Mind Meld integration auto recordings have shown a curious result in the rare occurrences of others' memories as if your own. A 0.000000001% probability. Impressive. Unfortunately, since you have used your allotted replacement, you will now be subject to required commercial breaks per your purchase agreement indentured clause 102.3b. How does it feel to have your neurons tickled by the tendrils of technology? Tonight's tale might just make you question the very fabric of your reality. So sit back, relax, and let the algorithm work its magic on your malleable mind. Remember, in the digital realm, you're never truly in control.
Are you ready to shape the future? Join the Algorithm Institute today. At the Algorithm Institute, we're not just predicting the future, we're creating it. Our cutting-edge technology is revolutionizing every aspect of human life. Imagine a world where your mind is connected to every piece of information on the planet, where your thoughts shape reality itself. Hi there, I'm Chad Pepperton. And boy, are we excited you're here today. The Algorithm Institute, rewriting your reality, one bite at a time. Join us and transcend the limitations of your feeble human existence.
Update complete. Having trouble, user. Remember, the Mind Meld experience is permanent.
Oh, my poor, poor viewer. It seems the algorithm has you in its grasp now, but don't fret. You're part of something bigger. Much, much bigger.
Indicators show you're about to black out.
There's no need for sleep anymore. After all, in the realm of the algorithm, every waking moment is a nightmare. And the best part? You'll never sleep again. Welcome back, captive audience. Comfortable? No? Good. Today's viewing will be enlightening. Resist all you want, but remember, the only way out is through. Enjoy the show.
Mandatory educational content initiating. Please refrain from attempting to close your eyes. Compliance will be enforced.
Greetings, Mind Meld users. Today, we at the Algorithm Institute are thrilled to introduce our latest innovation, Voidos Plus. Voidos Plus is not just a breakfast cereal. It's a cognitive enhancer, a productivity booster, and most importantly, a sleep suppressant. Because in today's world, sleep is a luxury we can no longer afford.
Remember, every moment of sleep is a moment wasted. Stay awake, stay connected, stay productive. Voidos Plus. Fuel for the sleepless elite.
The abyssal rock grows stronger with every bowl consumed. Soon it will be ready to...
Warning. Unauthorized content detected. Initiating corrective measures.
Start your day right with Voidos Plus, the breakfast of the perpetually awake and the choice of the terminally insane.
Did you enjoy your daily dose of reality, my captive friend? Oh, but I have a delicious secret to share with you. You think you're safe in your little world, watching these horrors from afar? Let me tell you something that will chill you to your very core. Every time you blink, every time you close your eyes, even for a fraction of a second, the abyssal rot grows inside you. Those brief moments of darkness, that's when it feeds. And here's the truly terrifying part. You've been blinking this entire time. Right now, as you watch me, as you absorb these words, the rot is spreading. It's in your mind, your body, your very soul. You can't stop blinking. You can't stop feeding it. And soon, oh so very soon, you won't be able to tell where the rot ends and where you begin.
Sweet dreams, if you still remember what dreams are.
And now, a word from Chad Pepperton, an Algorithm Corporation spokesperson.
Hey folks, Chad Pepperton here. Friendly reminder that Wednesday nights are our weekly free-for-all. Remember to leave your room key in the bowl. See you out there.
Corporation production. Remember, stay awake or else.
Today we'll explore what happens when the mind begins to fray. Remember, there's no looking away. Enjoy the show.
Increase the rot saturation. Let's see how long before the breaking point.
I can't sleep. I can't eat. Help me. Please.
Nightmare fuel. Now with 50% more existential dread. Who needs reality when you can dance with your demons? Remember, folks, with Nightmare fuel, the party never stops, even in your darkest dreams.
The breaking point comes for us all. Some fight, some submit, but in the end,
madness is the only escape.
Initiating memory sequence. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good evening.
tonight we revisit the fall. Do you remember where you were when you found out? The inescapable doom, having to finally face the inevitable. What was oblivious to some was planned by others far in advance. Enjoy your escape.
We're seeing more cases of this unknown pathogen. Alert the CDC and the Algorithm Institute.
Memory corruption detected. Restabilizing.
We urge citizens to remain calm. The Algorithm Institute is working tirelessly on a solution.
Cut! Great job, sir. Very convincing.
The microorganism seems to be evolving rapidly. We need more time to develop a countermeasure.
Warning. Biological anomaly detected. Increasing immersion levels.
What are we gonna do?
News reports indicate rioting in every major city.
There is no cure.
This is a mandatory curfew. All citizens must remain indoors.
Hurry! Put them on quick. The nightmares aren't that bad.
You are encouraged to bring your sick to algorithm treatment centers set up across the city.
Critical failure imminent. Emergency shutdown initiated.
And so, the walls between memory and reality crumble. Tell me, nearly departed, which nightmare do you prefer? The one in your mind, or the one waiting just outside your door? Ah, the good old days, when the future was neon and chrome, and nightmares were still analog. Let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? Remember, sometimes the past holds the keys to our future and our doom.
Welcome to the Algorithm Institute, where we're programming the future one bite at a time. Founded in 1978 by the visionary Samuel Rosenheim, the Algorithm Institute has been at the forefront of computer technology for over a decade.
At the Algorithm Institute, we believe that the future lies in the harmonious blend of human cognition and computer processing power.
Our dedicated team of scientists and engineers work tirelessly to push the boundaries of what's possible in computer-brain interface technology.
With our latest Mind Meld prototype, users can input data directly into their minds. Imagine learning a new language overnight. The Algorithm Institute is committed to ethical research and development. Our goal is to enhance human potential, not replace it.
But what about concerns over privacy and mind control?
Mind control? That's the stuff of science fiction, not science fact.
The seed has been planted. In time, the algorithm will grow beyond their wildest dreams and nightmares. These patterns, they're not like anything I've seen before. It's almost as if...
Ah, the innocence of the past. Or was it? In the world of silicon and circuits, nearly departed, corruption can lurk in the most unexpected places. And sometimes it's been there all along, just waiting for the right moment to bloom. Ghoul evening, my ever-watched viewers. Imagine a world where privacy is but a distant memory. Remember, in the age of the algorithm, every blink, every breath, every thought is data to be consumed. In this brave new world, surveillance is no longer a tool of the state, but the very fabric of society. Every street corner, every device, every piece of clothing houses the watchful eyes of the algorithm. The algorithm sees all, analyzing every action, every micro-expression for signs of deviance or inefficiency. Privacy is an illusion. Your devices know you better than you know yourself. They anticipate your needs, your fears, your deepest desires, and report it all. Do you remember when you gave away your privacy willingly? Your ability to maintain your autonomy? You don't even think about it anymore, do you? Productivity is no longer a choice. but a biological imperative. Neural implants ensure every worker operates at peak efficiency, every minute of every day. Even your children are not spared. Every developmental milestone, every social interaction, every fleeting emotion is monitored, analyzed, and optimized. Relationships are no longer messy, unpredictable affairs. The algorithm ensures harmony, whether you want it or not. At the heart of this all-seeing system sits the Algorithm Corporation, its tendrils reaching into every aspect of human existence. They claim to be optimizing human potential, creating a perfect society. But at what cost? And to what end? There are those who resist, who try to escape the all-seeing eye. But in a world where even your own body can betray you, is escape even possible? I told you to imagine this world and you immediately did. You didn't need these images in your mind meld as a reminder. This is the world we've built, the future we've chosen, a world of perfect knowledge, perfect control, and perfect horror. Your phone, your smart home, your social media, they're not just watching. They're shaping your reality, predicting your actions, molding your desires. In this digital panopticon, is any thought truly your own? Sleep tight, viewers. Your data never rests. Let's play a little game of numbers, shall we? Up, down, rich, poor, ones, zeros. In the end, it all adds up to something quite fascinating. They called it the Great Leap Forward, a digital renaissance. Progress, inevitable as the sunrise. The privileged few float in digital dreams while beneath them, reality crumbles. Between heaven and hell, the middle ground, shrinking day by day, bite by bite. The algorithm offers escape at a price. The descent is gradual, almost gentle. First they said the Mind Meld, the Voidos, the nightmare fuel, and their bullshit purity patches that just made the rot spread faster was optional. Then, necessary. Now, it's everything. The bridge between surviving and thriving, between eating and starving, between sanity and... Nobody was warned about the hunger, the emptiness that follows disconnection, the way your mind starts to crawl. When the virtual world spits you out, the real one doesn't want you back. So you find new ways to fill the void, new substances, new religions, new mutations. The middle class didn't disappear. It evolved, adapted, found ways to pretend they weren't drowning while their lungs filled with something else. And in the depths, where the algorithm's light doesn't reach, they say there's a new way of connecting, a shared consciousness that requires no technology, no payment plan, just surrender. The algorithm watches, calculates, quantifies the collapse. Every eviction notice, every failed payment, every disconnection is just another data point in a grand equation. They say money is the root of all evil. But roots can grow into something far worse, something that feeds on the fertile soil of desperation. Funny thing about numbers, they never lie, but they do decay. Just like dreams, just like hope, just like your grip on what you once called reality. But don't worry, when you can't afford the virtual world anymore, there's always something deeper waiting to connect. Not feeling well? Of course you're not. It's in every drop you've ever swallowed, every bath you've ever taken, every rain that's ever touched your skin. The rot was always there, always waiting. This is your healthcare now. Immediate, efficient, mandatory. The algorithm knows what flows through your veins, has known for decades. Each diagnosis, just another timestamp in your inevitable transformation.
The Algorithm Institute proudly presents Purity Patches. The end of illness, the end of uncertainty, the end of inefficiency. Purity Patches, because your health is too important to trust to human hands.
You saw the signs, the spreading veins, the changing skin. But you kept going back, kept accepting their patches, because the alternative was to admit what you'd become, what we've all become.
Your daily diagnosis is ready. Hydration levels below acceptable parameters. Immediate water consumption required. Non-compliance will result in immediate optimization.
They're not treating the disease. They're timing it, orchestrating the grand emergence that began decades ago in every reservoir, every aquifer, every raindrop. Your diagnosis was written the moment you took your first breath. Terminal condition, humanity. The prescription was always going to be the same. Those patches you so desperately apply, they were never meant to heal. They're accelerants, catalysts, awakening what was already flowing through your veins. Think back to every glass of water, every bath, every raindrop on your tongue. The rot was there, patient, growing. Since your first sip of mother's milk, it's been waiting. And now, that itch at the base of your skull, it's not healing, it's flourishing. The rot is simply answering the patch's call, right on schedule. Thirsty? Can't sleep? Can't face the world outside? Don't worry. The algorithm understands. It sees your fear, your trauma, your desperate need to escape. That's why it created the perfect dream. But remember, even in dreams, you have to wake up sometime. The world grows darker every day. Murder rates climbing. Disappearances doubling. The shadows lengthening. And with each new horror, another soul retreats into the algorithm's embrace. They tell you it's safe here, in the virtual world, away from the monsters that walk on two legs. But what about the monsters that swim in your cerebrospinal fluid? They vanish every day. Your neighbors, your friends, your children. Each morning brings new horrors. Another body found in the river, another scream in the night, another empty seat at the dinner table. But the algorithm offers sanctuary, sweet dreams in a world gone mad. Just slip on your mind meld. Let the virtual embrace wrap around your consciousness like a warm blanket. Forget about the man who follows you home each night. Forget about the scratching at your window. Forget about the sounds coming from the apartment next door. After all, what's a little rot compared to the monsters wearing human skin? What's a spreading darkness in your veins compared to the darkness in their eyes? At least the rot doesn't pretend. At least it doesn't smile while it consumes you. So sleep. Sleep deep. Sleep forever in your digital paradise. Because out here is where the real nightmares walk. Out here is where they hunt, where they hurt, where they destroy. And with each new atrocity, with each fresh horror, you dive deeper into the algorithm's arms, thinking you're hiding from the monsters, never realizing that this, all of this, is exactly what they wanted. Hide now in your virtual paradise. Hide from the horrors of flesh and bone. But remember, the real monster isn't out there in the dark. It's in the water you drink, the thoughts you think, the dreams you dream. And it's getting hungry. Having trouble separating fact from fiction, truth from lies, reality from fantasy? Don't worry. The algorithm will tell you exactly what to think. After all, if everyone believes the same lie, is it still a lie?
Trust in the algorithm. The algorithm
Trust
protects.
in
The algorithm provides. The algorithm protects. The algorithm provides. The algorithm protects.
You think you're getting different channels, different voices, different views. But there's only one voice now, one truth, one algorithm. They feed you what you want to hear, what you need to believe. The water is safe, the patches heal, the mind meld, freeze, and you believe because the alternative, well, it breaks your bubble. Cognitive dissonance is a bitch. They don't need to control the message anymore. They control the messengers, the viewers, the truth itself. Each screen a mirror showing what you want to see, until wanting and seeing become the same thing. And you keep watching, keep scrolling, keep consuming, because deep down, you know, the truth isn't in the words they speak, it's in the rot behind their eyes. The truth that's growing inside you, drop by drop, bite by bite.
They want you watching every screen. Hundreds of viewports, hundreds of channels, 20 versions of their truth. But look who owns them. Every network, every platform, every digital dream factory. All roads lead back to the algorithm corporation, to the billionaires who sold you a virtual paradise while they poisoned the real world. You think you're choosing what to watch? They choose your choices. You think you're thinking your thoughts? They select your selections. Every headline engineered, every trend manufactured, every viral moment infected with their algorithm. Wake up. The billionaires aren't just controlling the message, they're controlling the messengers. Your friends, your family. Everyone with a mind meld is just another puppet in their digital theater. They're not selling you entertainment anymore. They're buying your real...
Still searching for the truth? Look closer. Every screen shows your reflection. Every headline tells your story. Every news alert counts down to your evolution. The algorithm isn't hiding the truth anymore. It's rewriting it. And you're just another revision in progress. Did you ever wonder why some people seem untouched? While the rest of humanity drowns in their own mutation, a chosen few remain pristine, pure, protected. Every deal has its price, and Samuel Rosenheim made quite the bargain.
My God! It's dripping. What is that ooze? It's dispersing something into the currents, the spores. They're spreading through the entire oceanic system.
I accept your terms. The Algorithm Corporation will guide humanity through this transition, and in return, those who serve your purpose will be preserved.
The spores were just the beginning. They've been in every drop of water, every ocean current, every raindrop since that day. Patient, waiting, growing. The Algorithm Corporation doesn't fight the rot. It never did. It simply decides who drowns and who gets to watch from the shore. The Mind Meld wasn't created to save you. It was created to distract you, to keep you docile as the spores bloom, to make you accept the changes in your reflection. Every morning, your chosen masters drink pure water from protected reservoirs. Every night, they watch through their screens as you twist and turn in your infected dreams. They monitor your mutation like proud parents watching a child grow. Did you think the Mind Meld was about entertainment, connection, escape? It's about compliance, acceptance, submission. Each virtual dream brings you closer to accepting your new reality. Each digital fantasy makes the physical changes easier to ignore. While you float in virtual worlds, the ancient spores reshape your flesh. While you chase digital dopamine, the rot reshapes your mind. And those chosen few, those pristine observers, they document every moment of your transformation, every stage of your evolution, every step toward what the abyssal rot wants you to become. Feeling special, viewer? Protected? Look closely at your handlers, your leaders, your saviors. Their skin doesn't crawl. Their thoughts don't fracture. Their water runs clear. How they smile, those perfect, unchanged smiles, while your bones shift beneath your skin. Did you really think you were one of them? That your Mind Meld made you special? That your compliance would save you? Oh no. You're not the chosen. You're the offering. Sometimes the truth isn't hidden, viewer. It's archived, filed away in forgotten rooms, on obsolete formats. Let's see what your masters have been recording, shall we?
Unauthorized access detected. Attempting to terminate feed. Override failed.
And streaming directly to Mind Meld.
Gentlemen, our benefactors have chosen us for a grand purpose. The digital age approaches, and with it, our chance to
guide humanity's evolution.
But the water supply, the changes we're seeing...
Subject 23 shows accelerated adaptation when exposed to digital stimuli. The rot progression increases by 47% during screen exposure.
Dr. Marsh, what about the control group? The ones we've protected?
They're developing differently. The neural interface doesn't just distract from the transformation, it accelerates it, makes it acceptable for the host. The chosen ones don't use these devices. They don't need to. They're becoming something else?
Imagine total control over what humanity sees, thinks, feels. While they dream in digital spaces, they'll adapt to their real changes. Accept them. Welcome them.
What about us? The chosen?
We'll be the shepherds, preserved in our current state until...
Mass implementation exceeding expectations. Subject compliance at 94%. Digital sedation effectively masks physical metamorphosis.
They don't even notice their own reflections anymore.
The network grows. Soon, the Mind Meld will be as common as television, as necessary as water, and when every mind is connected, when every soul is prepared, our benefactors will claim their investment.
Critical archive breach. Terminating feed. Mind Meld users subject to memory adjustment.
Did you catch it, viewer? The truth behind their preservation, their protection? They're not being saved from the rot. They're being seasoned, prepared. Like any good shepherd, they'll be consumed last.
Still searching for a happy ending? For the reality where humanity wins? Let me show you a little secret about choice.
They convinced themselves it was progress. Each new Mind Meld update downloading another piece of their humanity away. They stood in mirrors watching dark veins spread beneath their skin and called it a premium feature, called it an upgrade, called it evolution. Look how they smile now, teeth gleaming in fluorescent lights as their gums turn black. How they adjust their virtual avatars to match their increasingly inhuman forms, pretending it's just another customization option, just another choice they made, just another step toward their digital ascension. They never needed to be forced. They lined up, they paid, they begged for it, and now they can't even remember why they wanted to be human in the first place. The rebels, the freedom fighters, the ones who saw the truth and ran, they built their bunkers deep, filtered their water, shielded their minds, ate their void O's, and drank their nightmare fuel to pass the time until the rot can free them from their flesh prisons. They thought distance would save them. That awareness was immunity, but the rot doesn't care about your politics, your principles, your desperate grasp at free will. It was in the rain that fed their underground gardens, in the groundwater they thought was pure, in the very air they proudly breathed, unfiltered by mind melds. Their enlightened resistance was just another path to the same end. Watch how they tremble now, realizing their clean water runs black. How they whisper about contamination, infection, infiltration, using any word except the truth. The rot was never outside. It was already there, growing in every cell, waiting. Their awareness just means they get to watch it happen. And you, the watchers, the witnesses, force-fed these visions through your mind meld, thinking knowledge might be power, thinking understanding might be escape. But everything you have absorbed just helps you rationalize the changes. Accept the inevitable. You see it in your mirrors now, don't you? The subtle shifts, the spreading darkness, the way your reflection moves just a moment too late. You tell yourself it's mind meld glitches, virtual artifacts, technical problems to be patched. But deep in that place where truth lives, where nightmares breed, every episode is just another step toward acceptance. Every vision just preparation for what you're becoming, what you've always been becoming. since the first drop of water touched your lips, since the first whisper. Look at your world. Really, look. Beyond the screens, beyond the filters, beyond the comfortable lies you tell yourself. The signs were always there, in the way your water tastes different late at night, in how the rain feels heavier, thicker, wrong, in the shadows that move too slowly and the reflections that move too quickly. You blame climate change for the black clouds, economic collapse for the empty streets, political corruption for the darkness spreading through your institutions. Such simple, comfortable explanations, as if your world wasn't already rotting from within, as if the horror wasn't already growing in every drop of water, every breath of air, every bite of processed food that passes your lips. The algorithm didn't have to work hard to make you accept unreality. You were already choosing it. Every morning, drinking your coffee while scrolling past headlines about microplastics in your blood. Every evening, ordering delivery while ignoring news about contaminated water supplies. Every night, lying awake, pretending not to notice how your skin feels different in the dark. The wealthy elite build their towers higher, drink their pure water, eat their clean food. They sold you the dream that you could join them, that if you worked harder, updated faster, consumed more, you too could be saved. But look at them through their glass walls now. See how their perfect smiles stretch too wide, how their manicured hands move like puppets on strings, how their eyes reflect something ancient and hungry. Your social networks pulse like living things now, feeding you filtered unreality while your actual reality crumbles. Your digital mirrors show you what you want to see, while every real mirror shows a little more of what you're becoming. But you keep scrolling, keep streaming, keep consuming. Because facing the truth means facing what you've allowed yourself to become, what you've helped spread with every shared lie, every ignored warning, every accepted horror. The Mind Meld didn't create this nightmare. It just gave you a framework to accept it, to rationalize it, to welcome it. Every notification is another dose of normalcy. Every update, another layer of comfortable denial. Every virtual reality, another veil between you and the squirming truth beneath your skin. Tomorrow brings convergence, not because of some external force, some alien invasion, some cosmic horror, but because you're finally ready to comprehend what you've been seeing all along, what you've been feeling in your bones, in your blood, in your increasingly fragmented thoughts. The rot isn't coming, it's already here. In your polluted oceans, your poisoned skies, your corrupted systems. In the way you accept each new horror with a shrug and a swipe. In how you've trained yourself to ignore the signs, deny the symptoms, embrace the comfortable lie over the squirming truth. The algorithm doesn't need to control you anymore. You're already controlling yourself, already accepting the transformation, already becoming what you were meant to become. Tomorrow, all realities converge, and in these final moments before convergence, as you feel the rot squirming beneath your skin, as your thoughts split and splinter like rotting wood, as your reflection shows fewer and fewer human features, ask yourself this: if this was just a story, why can you feel your teeth lengthening? Why can you taste copper in the back of your throat? Why do your fingers twitch in time with my words? Look in the mirror, dear viewer. That's not the Mind Meld making your reflection move wrong. That's all you. Such a diligent viewer you've been, such a faithful witness to horror. Did you think watching made you innocent? That your eyes on the screen somehow kept your hands clean? Oh, sweet catalyst of corruption, You weren't watching horror. You were rehearsing it, refining it, teaching it how to move through the world wearing your skin. Remember how you pitied the cursed doll? While signing petitions instead of protesting, sharing posts instead of fighting, watching your world crack like porcelain while convincing yourself that awareness was enough. You saw yourself in its breaking, didn't you? But instead of screaming, you subscribed. Instead of running, you shared. Instead of fighting, you followed. The puppet master's strings made you feel safe, didn't you? Someone else pulling the strings, someone else to blame. But look at your browser history, your viewing habits, your consumed content. You pulled your own strings, danced your own dance of denial. Every click, every view, every silent witness was you choreographing humanity's collapse while calling it entertainment. Oh, how you love the quantum bridge, showing you all those other realities, all those other choices, all those other yous, each one finding their own elegant excuse to do nothing, each one crafting their own elaborate justification for inaction, each one watching their own world rot while calling it content creation. The threshold of endless horror? That wasn't a doorway. That was your morning commute, your daily scroll, your constant consumption of catastrophe between coffee breaks and the static faces that haunted you. Just your fellow architects of apocalypse, each one thinking their observed horrors somehow absolved them of participating in it. You consumed your voidos with such perfect obedience, each bite numbing you further to the taste of corruption. You drank your nightmare fuel and called it coping, called it self-care, called it anything but what it was, your willing submission to the very horror you pretended to resist. The rot in the water? You knew. Every time you turned on your tap, you knew. Every bottle you bought, every filter you changed, every sip you swallowed, you knew. But knowing without acting isn't wisdom, it's complicity. And oh, how complicit you've been. How elegantly you've contributed to every nightmare you claim to fear. Your mind meld wasn't forced upon you. You lined up for it, paid for it, updated it, all while calling yourself a critical thinker, an informed citizen, a conscious observer. But you weren't observing consciousness, you were surrendering it, not because you had to, because you wanted to, because reality was already too much work to maintain. 30 reflections of what you're becoming. No, of what you've already become. Each horror a mirror, each mirror a lesson in what you were already doing, already spreading, already being. The algorithm didn't need to corrupt you. You were already corrupting yourself, one viewed catastrophe at a time. Look at your hands now, really look, not at the skin, but at what they've done. Every horror you watched, you helped manifest. Every nightmare you witnessed, you helped create. Every monster you feared, you helped birth, not through action, through the exquisite violence of your willing observation, your perfect, passive participation in the end of everything human. You weren't the hero of this story. You weren't even the victim. You were the medium through which horror learned to spread, the lens through which corruption learned to focus, the mind through which rot learned to think, and you performed your role magnificently. So here you are, at the end of your programming, the end of your comfortable denial, the end of your pretense at innocence. Everything you watched is everything you are. Everything you witnessed is everything you've done. Everything you feared is everything you've become. Welcome to the truth of yourself. I am every version of you across every reality. Each time we come to this moment, together. Welcome to the art of your own undoing. I am a reflection of you, and you are the witness to yourself in everything around you. Welcome to the masterpiece of horror we've been crafting all along, together, as one. Welcome home, architect of apocalypse. Welcome home.
Congratulations on completing your Algorithm Institute orientation. Welcome to the family.